Okay, and then that leaves us with 20 on the record in 2022, CR 133, State of Kansas versus Gregory Brian Kelly. The state appears by and through Greenwood County Attorney Jill Gillette. The defendant, Gregory Kelly, appears in person and pro se. Mr. Kelly, are you still wanting a jury trial, or do you want an opportunity to try to negotiate a disposition with the county attorney?
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning. I am willing to talk to the prosecutor, but I don't think we're going to come to a resolve.
Is that you have your mind made up, or you're open to thoughts if she discusses it with you?
That is correct, that I'm open to anything she might say.
Very well. Ms. Gillette, he has signed a waiver and continued to represent himself throughout. Are you available and willing to talk to him this morning about possible resolution?
If he wants to talk, I made an offer before, which he continues to not want. So
yeah.
All right. Well, I'm going to put the two of you in a breakout room and have you.
From the outset, Gregory Kelly makes his position unmistakable. He wants to represent himself. Judges nearly always caution against it, knowing the courtroom offers little mercy to those without legal training. Kelly comes across as polite but unyielding, already dismissing any chance of negotiation. It's the seed of what's to come, not a battle over evidence, but a battle for control.
And Savannah, if you would put Miss Gillette and Mr. Kelly in a breakout room, please. In the meantime, Ms. Gillette, Mr. Kelly, any success on
No, Judge.
No?
No, we weren't able to come to agreement.
Okay. Ms. Gillette, let's go on the record in Kelly again. We are on the record in 2022, CR 133, State of Kansas versus Gregory Brian Kelly. Please announce appearances.
I'm here, Judge.
All right, Gregory Kelly appearing in person and pro se. Ms. Jill Gillette, County Attorney, are you here? Ms. Gillette is on the record with us in 2022 CR 133, State of Kansas versus Gregory Brian Kelly. Mr. Kelly's case is now the prime for Wednesday, but the dilemma now is that Judge Hart has a Greenwood County case announced for prime also. So I suppose that puts us as an alternate maybe to whatever he has. Ms. Gillette, what do you have in front of Judge Hart this week?
currently it is scheduled for an aggravated domestic battery case with multiple other charges that have been, that are between the two cases consolidated for trial. The other one is violation of a PFO. That is also scheduled to possibly start Wednesday. This case is a backup to that case. So if you want us to appear in case the other case works out, I was going to call Nika Cummings and confirm today on everything with that. So,
all right. Well, Mr. Kelly, it sounds like there's a possibility your jury trial may go Wednesday. So you'll need to be prepared and at the Greenwood County Courthouse between 8:30 and no later than...
The judge makes it clear, be prepared for a jury trial. That's a massive responsibility, yet Gregory brushes it off as if it's nothing. He insists he's investigating new evidence, a troubling sign because trials are not the place for experiments. This moment exposes the gap between courtroom reality and Gregory's misplaced belief that he can simply improvise his way through.
8:45 Wednesday, Judge Hart and Ms. Gillette will be in the jury trial in front of you, but if for some reason that would resolve itself in plea, as they often do, or some other disposition, the jury will be ready and waiting. So are you quite certain that you want to represent yourself in front of a jury on Wednesday?
Yeah, I am, Judge. Also, if I might add, there has been some new evidence in this case that has came about, and I am in the process of checking into that, and basically I'm accusing the prosecution of filing a fictitious charging document. So I don't know where we're going to go with that, but I have hired a forensic handwriting specialist. At the moment, he's supposed to be acquiring handwriting samples, and I'm not sure how this case can go forward until we get this matter figured out.
Okay, first of all, with all due respect, sir, what are you talking about?
Here's where the case takes a sharp turn. Gregory claims the charging document itself is fake, accusing the prosecution of outright fraud. This isn't a defense against the charges. It's an attack on the system itself. It's the kind of tactic often seen in sovereign citizen arguments. If the paperwork crumbles, maybe the entire case collapses.
Okay. The Secretary of State has confirmed that the notary's signature that is on the charging document is not on their file. In other words, it is a forgery. Somebody forged the notary's signature declaring the prosecutor's oath.
You've got to say that again. The Secretary of State in the state of Kansas says that whoever signed that document was not a legal notary in the state of Kansas.
Correct.
So you're making the argument in your criminal case that Ms. Gillette did not file a legal petition, a legal verified petition or notarized petition?
I'm saying fraudulent.
Well,
I at this point I am challenging the prosecutor's jurisdiction. I feel she has no standing due to the fact, knowingly or unknowingly, she filed a federal document that was falsified.
first of all, she did not file a federal document. We're not in federal court. We are in Greenwood County District Court. Second of all, she is the legally elected authorized prosecutor for Greenwood County. And she did sign the complaint and information filed against you.
I don't believe she did. I think that.
Well, let me call it up. I've seen her. I'm not designated with credentials as an expert handwriting analyst, but I will tell you I've seen this woman's signature so many times in the last several years.
The judge pushes back firmly while the prosecutor calmly lays out proof, verified notary, authentic signatures. Gregory's claim begins to unravel, yet instead of retreating, he doubles down. The judge even blurts out, "What are you talking about?" A rare flash of raw frustration from the bench.
Document and look at it.
Judge, if I may, this
Let me look at your signature. Yeah.
This is actual original with the original ink on it. That's Miss Arlene's signature in blue ink. This is my signature in black ink. I can attest that is my signature. I definitely know that's Arlene's signature, and Arlene signed it in my offices, so I know that that's her actual signature, and it's not forged. And then, in addition to that, this is the state of Kansas Secretary of State's notary search I've completed today. Arlene C. Edwards is a bona fide notary. There's her expiration date.
She is registered, yes.
August 30th of 24, and she was commissioned August 30th of 2020. There's her commission number. She is a bona fide notary. It's our actual signatures.
Judge, she is in fact registered with the Secretary of State in Kansas. So therefore, if she is registered, her signature is on file, and I have a letter saying from the Secretary of State that says that the signature presented on that document is not on their file, not in their file. So therefore, it only stands to reason that it is someone else's signature.
Okay. I have seen Arlene Edwards' signatures.
You can have her log in. She'll testify that's her signature. I mean,
No, I know Miss Edwards and Miss Gillette's signatures. Again, with the untrained eye, but having seen them every day on multiple documents for several years. Ms. Edwards, in fact, even more than Ms. Gillette's, because she was authorizing signatures for Mr. Lee, the predecessor to Ms. Gillette. Who did you talk to in the office? Is this someone you can have come down?
This is where the escalation kicks in. Gregory claims the Secretary of State confirmed the signature doesn't match. But the prosecutor and judge respond with steady confidence. They know the notary personally. They've seen those signatures countless times. What's striking isn't the evidence, but Gregory's resolve. He's convinced he's uncovered fraud, while to the court, it reads as pure conspiracy thinking.
And a form that you're required for authentication and apostles, and that they responded to that form that I sent in.
Okay, well, I don't know that you've actually formally filed a motion, but nothing you've said convinces me that legal grounds would disqualify this case from going further to trial or disqualify Ms. Gillette from prosecuting it. Now, if you want to bring down a witness and present them, you can do so, but what bearing would that have? The issues for the jury, Mr. Kelly, will be count one. Did you, on or about the 10th day of August, 2022, in Greenwood County, Kansas, unlawfully and intentionally possess an hallucinogenic drug, to wit THC and or marijuana, after having a prior conviction for the same in Labette? Is that Labette County or Labette, Colorado? That's Labette County?
Yes, Kansas.
Okay. And then in count two, and that the jury's going to have to decide if the state can present the elements of that. And then they're going to have to decide the elements of unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia in count two. The state's alleging that on or about the 10th day of August, 2022 in Greenwood County, Kansas, you did unlawfully and intentionally possess drug paraphernalia, specifically marijuana roaches, which I understand are marijuana tobacco, and rolling papers. So it'd be the rolling papers for the purpose of either storing, containing, concealing, ingesting, inhaling, or otherwise introducing a controlled substance into the human body. So those in counts 1 and 2. Then you've got count 3, whether you were operating with insurance on your vehicle and whether you had a valid tag.
At last, the judge drags the case back down to earth. She lays out the real charges. Marijuana possession, drug paraphernalia, lack of insurance. Straightforward crimes with straightforward elements. Yet Gregory doesn't touch them. He's so fixated on his paperwork theory that the actual evidence barely registers.
You would have to be, if you wanted to present a defense, you'd have to be answering to, but I don't know whether.
I feel as though if in fact the charging document was falsified, then therefore she would have no standing in this matter.
Okay.
Would it not at the very least be a conflict of interest, Judge?
I am finding that there is no conflict of interest. I'm finding that there is a valid document and that we will proceed. So on the evidentiary merit. Now you can reserve your right to appeal my decisions. You're welcome to do that. And I will note that you have made those objections to proceeding. But
if I in fact can prove that it is a falsified document, would that not be, would she lose her standing at that point? I mean, I understand you're saying you don't believe it is falsified, but I'm asking if it was.
We're going to proceed on the charges. If you prevail, that's that. If Ms. Gillette prevails on the charges, you can file whatever grounds you are appropriate.
Gregory presses the point again. If the document is falsified, doesn't that erase the prosecutor's standing? The judge cuts straight through. No, the trial moves forward. It's the courtroom equivalent of a door slamming shut. Whatever Gregory thought he might achieve, the system isn't buying it.
And take those up with the Kansas Court of Appeals, sir.
Yeah.
All right. So That being said, you'll be ready for trial on the merits tomorrow if we proceed?
Are you asking me if I am?
I'm asking if you're prepared, yes.
I don't feel that I am because I feel that I need to further investigate my alleged accusation against the prosecutor's office.
Okay, your position is noted, and I've overruled it, and we're going to proceed then. So be here Wednesday at no later than 8:45, ready for jury trial.
All right. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. You may go, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, Missy, I think if we...
The judge delivers her final word, objections noted, overruled, and the trial will proceed. She even reminds Gregory that appeals are an option, but for now, the jury is waiting. It's a crushing moment, as Gregory's confidence slams headfirst into legal reality.